Hi there and welcome to my website and welcome to this free sample Zoom session. So if you do join my online classes, this is kind of like what it's going to be like. The difference is I would have you on my screen and you'd see me as you're seeing me now. Sometimes Daisy's here, sometimes she's not, sometimes she joins in. If you're brand new to yoga or brand new to classes with me, please do drop me a line before you do any of this, just so we make sure that everything is all okay. So finding a comfortable seat, you can take your hands anywhere on your legs so that you can find a softness through the shoulders and through the elbows. Allow your eyes to gently close. And we'll use the first few moments of the session to find a steady breath. And each time you breathe in, see if you can allow the spine to grow taller. And each time you breathe out, we're settling down into the ground, into the mat. See if you can find a softness around your eyebrows, your forehead. And check to see if you're gripping or holding on around the neck, shoulders or belly. And then let's take a big inhale through the nose. And sigh it all out through the mouth. Good. Take one more breath, however you feel comfortable. And then slowly blink open your eyes. And we're going to start by taking the right hand behind the back and the left hand across to the knee. Inhale, grow tall through the spine, and as you exhale, look over your right shoulder. So keep the shoulders dropping away from the ears, hand holding onto the knee, lift up tall on the inhale, and twist on the exhale. Take one more breath. And then as you breathe out, come back to the middle. If you're sitting cross-legged, cross the feet over now so the other one's in front. And we'll twist the other way. So left hand behind the back, right hand across to the knee. Lift up tall as you inhale. And twist over to the left as you exhale. Always keep the back of the neck long, so a little tilt of the chin. Scoop up behind the belly. Lift up tall as you inhale. Twist for one more breath. And then as you exhale, come back to the middle and make your way over onto all fours. You want your shoulders over your wrists, your knees under your hips, and a neutral tabletop spine. Let's start by sliding the right leg back, lifting the heel up and finding a back bend. So open through the chest, lift the right heel up as high as you can and get the feeling that you're dragging your hands towards your knee. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, knee to nose, push down with the hands, really round the back. Hold it here so that abdominals become engaged. Take one more breath. And this time as we extend the right leg out, we're going to lift the left arm forwards. So you're finding a straight line, fingertips high, again open through the chest. Take an inhale and then exhale, elbow to knee, hold it here, knee, nose and elbow all towards each other. One more breath. And then exhale, right hand down, left hand down, and let's try the other side. So tuck your left foot under, lift it up high, open through the chest, both hands on the mat, drag the hands energetically towards the right knee, open through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, inhale. And then exhale, knee to nose, push down with the hands, round the back. Hold it here for a breath, engage the abs. And then inhale, lift. Lengthen right arm forwards, fingertips and the left foot as high as you can get them. Open the chest, take a breath in. And then exhale, knee, elbow and nose all meet towards each other. Push down with the left hand. And then exhale, right hand down. Spread through the fingers, tuck your toes and come up to down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take some time here to push the floor away. Pedal out through the heels or make whatever movements you fancy to help the body get nice and warm. Push the floor away, let your head hang. Really scoop the tailbone up towards the ceiling, tuck the ribs in, and check the shoulders are comfortable. Let's take one more breath. And then next time you breathe in, bring yourself into a high plank. So shoulders over the wrist. You can adjust the hands and feet as you need so that you can push into the floor, round the upper back, engage the legs, so get the feeling the inner thighs are drawing in towards the center, push the heels away. You can always bring the knees down to the floor. If it gets too much, we're going to take 2 more breaths. And then bring the knees down. Soften the elbows as you bring your hips and shoulders down in one straight line till you end up lying on your front. Come onto the tops of the feet, peel the chest for a low cobra, elbows in, shoulders away from the ears, engage your glutes. Keep the back of the neck long, and again here, energetically drag the hands back towards the feet. Take 1 more breath, and then as you exhale, lower back down, push up over the knees and come back to downward facing dog. Next time you breathe in, soften your knees. We're going to walk the hands back towards the feet until you end up in a ragdoll. Take opposite elbows or take the hands anywhere that feels comfortable. Shake out the head. Knees can be as bent as you like. You can sway side to side, backwards and forwards, transferring the weight to get into different parts of the hamstrings. But keep scooping the tailbone up towards the sky. Let the head go. And then from here, keeping the knees about hip width apart, the feet, we're going to bend the knees and lift the arms up to come into Utkatasana, the chair posture, with the feet apart. On purpose, we're going to open the chest and find a back bend here. Cactus the arms, chest forward, bum sticks out. Keep sinking down, get the legs really warm. For 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, dive forward, fingertips to the floor, come into standing forward fold. And then walk the hands back forwards to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and sigh it out through the mouth. And then lift your right leg as you inhale. Look at your right hand, and we're going to place the right foot to the right hand side of the right hand. So when you look down, it's left hand, right hand foot. Keep the back knee lifted and lift up your right hand to find a twist here. Really reach up to the ceiling with the right fingertips. Push down through the ball of your right foot and push back through the heel of the left foot. Twist the chest to the sky. Take 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, bring the right hand back down, step back to your plank. Soften the elbows. You can keep the knees away if you fancy that. And then as you inhale, either cobra like we did before or upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, push back to down dog. Breathe in, lift up your left leg. Look at your left little finger, place the foot to the outside of the hand, and we're lifting up the left arm now, coming into a twist on the other side. Engage the legs, so push down through the ball of the left foot, kick back through the heel of the right. Energetically, inner thighs draw towards each other as you look up towards the sky for 1 more breath. And then bring the left hand back down, step to downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. And then look forwards. Soften the knees, step, walk or lightly jump the feet to the hands. As you inhale, flatten the back, lengthen the front. You can make loads of space by bringing the hands up the legs. And then as you exhale, fold over into your standing forward fold. Breathe in, spread the arms, look to the ceiling, open the chest, stand up tall. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down the center line of the body. Soften through the face, neck and shoulders. Take a big breath in and sigh out through the mouth. You can feel the feet on the floor. Scan through the body. What can you feel and what can you let go of? Maybe you're clenching your jaw. Maybe you're frowning. Find that softness for 1 more breath. And then bring the hands back down. We're going to step back with the left foot into warrior 2. So take the feet really far apart so that you can sink into the front knee. Really stretch the fingertips out to either side, and we're looking towards the right middle finger now. Soles of the feet really energetically engaging with the floor. Check the shoulders far away or softness, soft through the neck and shoulders. Good. Turn your right hand to face the ceiling. Watch the fingertips as you reach up and over. Left hand slides down the left leg. And try and get that right hand all the way over so it's parallel to the floor behind you. Sink into the front knee. By all means, use this left hand to try and turn the chest to face the ceiling. And if you can hold your position without that hand, reach forwards with the left hand. Make sure you can breathe fully. See where you can engage to create strength and where you can let go where you might be gripping. One more breath. Really nice. And then come back to the middle. Turn both toes in to face the middle. Hands on the hips. Bend the knees. Stick out the bum. Open the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Dive forward for Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands come down to the mat. Or you might like to take hold of opposite ankles or hook your big toes. Wherever you are, come up for a breath and create length through the back and front of the body. And then exhale, melt forward again. Let your head go. See if you can tip the weight a little bit into the front of the foot if you tend to dig into your heels. And then shake out your head. Yes, no, maybe so. All the while tipping the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. Good. Check the knees are soft. Bring the hands to the hips. Lead with the chest. Stick out your bum as you come all the way up. And then let's turn the left foot to face the side. Open the arms. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Holding it here. Engaging the feet on the floor so the outer edge, little toe side of your left foot, ball of your front foot, soften the neck, shoulders and jaw. See if you're gripping around your belly. Find a feeling of letting go for one more breath. And then turn the left hand to face the ceiling. Watch the fingers as you reach up, up, up and over. Try and pivot so you're twisting the chest to face the ceiling. Keep the front knee bent. You can always tuck the chin a little in if it feels stressful to look up. And then if you can reach forward with that right hand and hold that twist. So you're strengthening all those muscles around the back, around the waist. Take one more breath. Good. And then bring yourself back to the center. Turn the toes in. Reach behind, open the chest. Inhale and then exhale. Come forwards, hands over the head. Let your head go. Really reach the arms up and over. And see here again if you can tip the weight into the toes a little bit and keep sticking the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. And then lead with the heart to bring yourself all the way back up to standing. Step the feet together and we're going to come to sit down. So bring your legs out in front of you, untuck your glutes and flex your feet. Sit up really tall here. Bend the knees if you need to. If it feels helpful to lift up the arms, go for it. We're going to hinge forward for Paschimottanasana, your seated forward fold. Keep your feet engaged and the softness through the neck and shoulders. And then really use the breath here. As you inhale, lengthen, especially through the front of the body. As you exhale, soften. So we're all very different in this one. Some of you might prefer to work with straight legs if your hamstrings are quite flexible. If you get any lower back pain, definitely bend your knees, or you can always sit up on a block or on a cushion. Keep that feeling of length, so try and avoid hunching up with the shoulders. Let's take one more breath. Really create length on the front as you inhale, and soften as you exhale. And then use a breath in to bring you all the way back up to seated. Good, let's bring the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. So open the knees out to either side. Use your hands so that you can hang off the feet to draw the spine straight. And then draw the knees down to either side. Take a big breath in. You can stay here, you can close the eyes, or you might want to start hinging forward. Keep that feeling though of drawing the knees down to the floor. As always, be aware that you're not creating tension by bringing the shoulders up or squishing up your face. A nice relaxed face, deep, deep breaths is always good. Let's take one more breath. And then bring yourself back up. Carefully bring the knees in. Scoot yourself towards the front of the mat so that you've got some space behind you. Lift up your feet so you're balancing on your bum. Hands holding the back of the knees. Again, use that to draw your spine straight, feet together, and lift the feet up so they're as high as your knees. By all means, keep the hands on the legs if that feels best. If you can let go and still support your lower back by using all of these muscles that are engaged, keep the arms away. Open through the chest, make sure you can breathe. Option to straighten the legs and reach the arms up. We're going to take 3 more breaths. So the most important thing here is your breath. It's always fine to go back a level, go back a notch if you want to. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, really round your back, curl up in a ball but still balance on your bum. And then slowly bring yourself back onto your back. Bring the knees in and gently rock left and right. Find a nice massage for your spine, so you can stir the knees like you're mixing a big mixing pot, one way and then the other. And then set your feet on the floor, and we'll come up to a bridge. If you've got the Urdhva Dhanurasana, your wheel in your practice, and you fancy that, by all means go for it. We're just going to do one bridge for this session. So tuck your shoulders under, push down through the feet, squeeze the glutes as you lift the hips up towards the sky, tuck the shoulders under. If you fancy interlocking the fingers, go for it, reach the arms away. Really push down through the feet. Keep that engagement through your glutes the whole time. So squeeze the bum, tip the tailbone up into the ceiling. Find the best position for your feet, so don't worry if the toes feel like they're turning out, that's not a problem. The closer the feet are to your bum before you start, the deeper the back bend will be. Take one more breath. And then lift up the heels, release the hands and slowly roll down, one vertebra at a time, keeping the tailbone lifted until the very, very end. And then windscreen wiper your knees, right and left a few times. And then come back to the middle. Squeeze the knees in and bring your forehead up. Find a little bit of roundness through the back. And then lay your head back down and lift your feet up into the air. You can stay here if you don't fancy shoulder stand. You can do your own inversion if you're completely independent, and you can do it on your own. And then when you're ready, if you're coming up to your shoulder stand, rolling up onto the shoulders, legs straight up in the air. Once you're up, try and find some stillness. So the only thing that's moving is whatever moves when you breathe. Legs are active. Keep a little bit of engagement in the glutes. And keep your attention on your breath. From here, if you have taken a shoulder stand, bring the feet over the head, and they might just touch the floor behind you. Maybe you can walk them away even more and come onto the toenail side of the foot. If you don't need your hands to support your back, interlock the fingers, stretch the arms away. If your legs are quite far off the floor, it's quite nice to practice this next to a sofa. So as you bring the legs over, you can rest your feet on the cushion of the sofa, and it's quite a nice way to get into the posture a little bit deeper. One more breath here. Good. And then let's slowly unroll. Set your hands palms facing down, so you're using them as brakes, and line them up, tips of thumbs and index fingers touching, so that as you unroll you end up sitting or lying on your hands. So the hands are underneath the lower back, legs coming down straight, toes pointed, and then when the feet hit the floor, we're going to come up to Matsyasana, the fish. So take your time if you're still unrolling, that's fine. Bring your feet together and point your toes, tuck the elbows under and push all the way up so you can see your feet. And then really tuck the elbows in and puff out your chest. Let the head drop back if that's okay on the neck. And you can tip yourself backwards. Keep engagement in the legs And then open the shoulders away from each other. Imagine you're breathing into the space behind the collarbones for one more breath. And then very carefully come onto the back of your head, release your arms. Bring the knees in again, gently rock side to side. And then we'll come to happy baby. So hold on to your feet, take the knees wide to either side, and use the grip of your fingers to push the feet down towards the floor. You might like to rock from side to side here, if that feels nice on your back. Or if you want to deepen the stretch of this, roll the lower back down towards the floor to find a slightly deeper stretch. Check that the head is heavy on the mat, slight drawing in of the chin. One more breath. Good. And then release your feet. Bring the feet onto the floor, but soles of the feet together. Let the knees come out to either side. Supta Baddha Konasana. Take your left hand onto your chest, just about where your heart is. The right hand below the ribs, but above the navel. So on that part of the belly where it just starts to get nice and soft. Let the elbows rest on the floor. Close your eyes. And start to let the body soften. And see if you can begin to notice the breath. And as you breathe in, noticing the softness of the chest and the belly and the hands. And as you breathe out, feeling the warmth of the hands radiating into the skin. We'll take a couple more breaths here. Eyes can be gently closed. And by all means, stay here for Shavasana, if this is working for you. Or now very carefully move into a position to end the practice. So you can take corpse pose if you're unsure, feet about as wide as your mat, palms facing up. But the key here is to relax. So if it's more comfortable to bend your knees or take any other position with the hand, please do. And then let's take a big breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. And then allow the body to rest. And as you breathe in, you can say to yourself, what can I feel? And then as you breathe out, where can I let go? Checking that there's no gripping around the hips, the glutes, the belly. Letting go around the chest and the heart, finding that feeling of surrender. And then all of those tiny muscles in the face, around the eyes, nose, mouth, temples and forehead completely relaxed. What do I feel and where can I let go? And now start to deepen the breath. Make tiny movements, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and start to bring the body back to life. Maybe find a stretch, bringing the arms up, maybe drawing the knees in or kicking out through the heels, pointing the toes. And if you can keep your eyes closed, please do, as you very slowly, however feels intuitive, bring yourself back up to a seated position, keeping this feeling of peacefulness, of mindfulness. When you do eventually get back up to your seated position, sit up as tall as you can, and close your eyes and bring your palms together to rest in front of your chest. Let the thumbs rest on your sternum and feel this connection between us practicing right now. Allow your mouth to form a smile. And then take your hands to your forehead for loving thoughts, to your mouth for loving words, and to your heart for a loving heart. Thank you so much.